Right now, for what he's doing, it's good for what he's doing. But once he fights a real fighter, it's going to be bad.
Off everybody else. We're getting brilliant fights. We don't need to rehash somebody that's 46 years of age.
When Manny Pacquiao started training again, Floyd Mayweather called his next fight a money move. But Pacquiao's sharp pad work and quick footwork surprised many by showing signs of his old speed. The video of his comeback has started new arguments about whether he is ready for the ring and what he can do there. Manny Pacquiao has been training very hard, staying busy and practicing all the time. He still has a lot of energy and moves surprisingly well for his age. He's serious about making a strong return to the ring at age 46, as shown by daily clips of him hitting pads, working on his footwork, and staying dedicated. If you like this, please subscribe Punch Vista and click the bell icon for more latest and interesting videos.
Day one. Marvin. Good. And now the five
Manny Pacquiao is working hard in Los Angeles to get ready for his fight with Mario Barrios on July 19. He's shown great commitment and quick movement while being coached by Freddie Roach for a long time. Critics may question his return, but Pacquiao seems fully focused on making a big statement. Floyd Mayweather first had doubts about Manny Pacquiao's return, saying it could hurt his reputation and implying he was doing it for money. But after seeing recent training videos, Floyd was amazed by Pacquiao's sharpness and energy, despite past doubts. He even acknowledged Manny's impressive conditioning and suggested that the veteran might still have something left.
Whereas Pacquiao, at his age, which is sad that he has to fight.
Roy Jones Jr. reignited debate by questioning Floyd Mayweather's legacy, saying his win over Manny Pacquiao wasn't as meaningful. He made it sound like Pacquiao wasn't in great shape during their fight, which called Floyd's victory into question, and called the idea that it was a true test of both fighters at their best on its face.
I would not be able to take credit for beating Pacquiao after he got knocked out by Marquez, because that's not the same Pacquiao.
Of course.
That's not the Pacquiao at the top of his game.
Yeah, of course.
But in society today, we'll call that person the best fighter ever.
Of course.
When that's not how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
That's not reality. But in the business world, it is, because look how much.
Mario Barrios is not taking Manny Pacquiao lightly, even though his opponent is older and has more experience. Barrios is fully focused and committed to preparing as if he were facing a version of Pacquiao in his prime years. His actions show that he sees this fight as a turning point in his career, and his training camp has been all business from the start. Barrios' coach has made it clear through his comments that this fight is being treated like a title match. There is a balance between admiration for Pacquiao's legacy and an undeniable desire to beat him. There's no hiding Barrios' ambition. He wants this fight to be more than just another win. He wants it to be remembered. Facing a living legend like Pacquiao comes with risk, but also great reward.
A lot of people are asking what's going on. Are the rumors true? Is it possibly Spence? Is it Pacquiao? Who is Mario Barrios sharing the ring with next?
You know what? He's put himself in a great position through hard work. He's a tremendous story. When he turned pro and what he's been able to accomplish, being a two-time world champion. And I always told everybody, he fights all comers. When we fought Gervonta Davis, all my hats off to Gervonta Davis. But it was very difficult for us to make the weight. We were going to move up in weight. They presented us, with this opportunity, and he said, you know what, I'll bite down for it one more time. And then from there, obviously we had a tough loss, but it was a competitive fight. And his first fight at 147 pounds, he goes on and takes on Keith Thurman. No tune-ups, no getting used to the thing. Goes at that point is about as good as you can get in the division, and took on that. So he takes on all comers, all challenges. His first world title against Batirov, the Russian, is about as tough as you could have done at the time. And so I think he's earned the right now to be in the biggest, best possible fights. And now it's going to be up to Al Heyman and Louis DeCubas Jr. on what they see is best and fit for his career, whether that's, Pacquiao, Spence, if that's a unification with Boots, Ennis.
Showbiz, the adult on YouTube, once talked about an awkward moment he had with Floyd Mayweather when Mayweather tried to say that Pacquiao or even another fighter could be seen as better. Floyd reportedly got defensive and accused Pacquiao of using performance-enhancing substances. The encounter showed how protective Mayweather is about his status at the top at nearly 46.
Here we go. Who's greater than me? I said, Sugar Ray Robinson. He said, Sugar Ray Robinson, how many wins he got? I said, he got like over 150 wins. He stopped for a minute. He said, but who got more championship titles, me or him? I said, hold on, Floyd. He said, answer the question. I said, Floyd, there's more titles now than then. There was just one then. That's no fair. Answer the question. I said, okay, you. Do I not have 28 titles? And I was just like, I don't know. He said, oh, you're supposed to be the expert. But the reason why I said that is because there's minor and major titles. Who else greater than me? I said Henry Armstrong, Roberto Duran. He said, oh my God. He said, you said something about Pacquiao. Yeah, I said, I think you'll beat Pacquiao every day of the week, but I think he had a greater career. He said, you ain't think Pacquiao was on steroids? I said, he didn't fail any tests, Floyd. He said, look at me in my eyes and tell. I can't say, man, he didn't fail. He said, oh man, you fake. I saw that as a initiation. This is what you about to get. Nobody's greater than Floyd. My thing is, he should feel that way, but you can't expect everybody to feel that you're the greatest.
Mount Pacquiao has decided to return for a professional bout. Against Mario Barrios, while the news has stirred excitement, it has also triggered heavy criticism from fans and analysts. Many are questioning not just whether Pacquiao still has the physical tools, but why he would even want to return after already achieving so much in Pacquiao's last outing and exhibition match. He didn't look anything like the fighter he used to be. The speed, the sharpness, and the footwork all appeared to be missing. That performance left many wondering whether this return is a wise decision, especially against a younger and more active opponent, George Kambosos Jr.
So Mario Barrios and Manny Pacquiao are finalizing a deal to fight in the summer. Now, Manny Pacquiao is, I think, close to 40 years old, if not already 40. Why is he still boxing? We've seen how he looked in his last exhibition against Ampo. I'm telling you right now, if this fight ever happens, which it probably will, this fight will happen, most likely. If he gets in there with Barrios, he's gonna get whooped and possibly even stopped. Let me know what y'all think about this fight down below. Manny's already done the most legendary thing you could ever do in boxing. 8-division world champion. No one's ever done it. And probably no one will ever do it again. So why does he want to keep fighting these young guys? I don't know, man. I don't know. But let me know what y'all think wins down below.
Once had the honor of training with Manny Pacquiao, and he credits those sessions with having a huge impact on his development. He often talks about how he learned more than just punches. He learned mindset discipline and how to push past limits. According to Kambosos, Pacquiao's influence wasn't only physical. He taught him that boxing is a game of the mind, as much as it is of the body watching. Pacquiao in training. Kambosos learned how to blend speed, intelligence, and preparation into a well-rounded strategy, even though Pacquiao looks physically fit.
Yeah, it's surprising. Obviously, I know Manny very well. You know, he's a true competitor. He's a guy that if you put something in his head, and obviously to create more history, he's a guy that's going to give everything and try his best. That's what Manny, one thing I always learned with Manny is give 110% and try your best no matter what. So yeah, he's going to give it his all. Again, you can't beat Father Time, but Father Time is hard, and it was very hard watching him fight Lucas, and you could see it. And then watching the exhibition he had with the Korean guy or the Japanese guy in mid last year, it's hard to watch. I know Manny, I know the man that I was sparring. I love that guy. So, but again, he's a legend, and if he turns it on, he can still do it.
There's a large group of critics who believe he shouldn't have taken this fight. They argue that he has nothing more to prove. After all, he's an 8-division world champion, a feat unmatched in the sport's history. Boxer Rolly Romero weighed in with his own thoughts.
The WBC president Mauricio Suleiman has said Mario Barrios will face Manny Pacquiao this July. That's some crazy shit, bro. That's some crazy news. Manny Pacquiao is 46 years of age. He's making his return to the ring, and he said he wants to go out with a bang. He wants to finish his career as a champion. That's some crazy shit. Manny Pacquiao's professional record currently stands at 62 wins, 39 of those coming via knockout, 8 losses and 2 draws. Manny Pacquiao has one of the most impressive CVs in the sport of boxing. Just take a look at from 09 Ricky Hatton all the way up until here. There's so many names: Timothy Bradley, Manuel Marquez, Shane Mosley, Joshua Cloteley, Miguel Cotto, Floyd Mayweather, Jesse Vargas. Like, there's so many names on this list. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look at Mario Barrios' record. 29 wins, 18 of those coming via knockout, 2 losses and 1 draw on his resume. What do I make of this fight? I don't know, you know. I mean, listen, this is a young man's sport. I ask myself, Manny Pacquiao, why do you want to come back and fight a younger fighter? You know what I mean? Mario Barrios, who is the current champion, who's the WBC champion. Why? What have you got to prove? You've proven everything throughout your career. So I don't know what to say, but anyways, let me know in the comment section what you guys think, and watch a clip of the president of WBC, Mauricio Suleiman, talk about this.
As of now, Mario Barrios is the WBC champion. So who is he mandated to fight next? Do you have made that decision yet?
Well, at this time, Mario Barrios is going to fight Manny Pacquiao in July. He wants to retire as WBC champion, so he's fighting in the welterweight division.
Why does he come out of retirement and get a WBC title shot in his first fight?
Because it's something that WBC has respected. Sugar Ray Leonard was retired 4 years when he requested to fight Marvin Hagler and defeated Hagler. So we do have that provision in the rules. A legendary champion with the credentials such as Manny Pacquiao. He has been medically cleared, licensed by Nevada, so we have voted in favor to allow that fight to happen.
Stating that whether Pacquiao wins or loses against Barrios, it doesn't matter in his view. Pacquiao's reputation is already etched in stone. Romero even hinted that he'd be open to fighting the legend himself. Someday, important figures like promoter Frank Warren and broadcaster Simon Jordan have been vocal in their disapproval of Pacquiao's return.
Which fighters actually won?
Rolly Pacquiao.
Well, Barrios, do you think he beats Barrios?
Don't matter if he beats Barrios or not, still Rolly Pacquiao. How many losses did Pacquiao have? Oh, that's another thing, bro. Pacquiao another one that don't give a fuck about losses, and everyone keep tuning in for him, right? Bro, all that undefeated shit, that don't mean shit if you're not fighting nobody. Nobody gives a fuck about you.
Warren called the move unnecessary and disappointing, while Jordan pointed out that Pacquiao has nothing left to show and risks long-term health for one last shot. Warren and Jordan didn't just oppose the fight, they labeled it as possibly exploitative. From their viewpoint, putting a 45-year-old legend back in the ring doesn't feel like honoring his career. It feels like cashing in on his name at the risk of real damage.
So explaining, Frank can speak to it far more eloquently than I can. I think it's a disgraceful decision. I think it's a appalling decision. I mean, the WBC make lots of appalling decisions, and I'm not a big fan of them. But the fact of the matter is Pacquiao is a legend of the sport. I don't know why they'd want to do it, whether it's the fees that they get as a result of it or whether it's the publicity. Boxing is in a brilliant position right now because of the Frank Warrens in the world and the relationship that he's developed over the last couple of years with the Saudis that's opened the door for everybody else. We're getting brilliant fights. We don't need to rehash somebody that's 46 years of age that didn't look great in his last fight, stick him in against a world champion who isn't a great world champion, but that's not the point. The optics of this, the reality of this, there's no necessity for it besides the WBC doing it for, I think, illegitimate reasons.
Why? I mean, Frank, you know the sport inside out. It seems to me, why does boxing always seem to allow for these kind of stories to manifest themselves?
Well, it's not boxing doing it, it's the governing body. I mean, it's their title and they decide who can fight for their title, so that rests with the governing body. I mean, for me, George Foreman came back, but he came back at an old age and won the title at 50 years. He was 50 years of age when he fought. You know, you look at
but he didn't go straight into a world title fight though, did he, Frank? He built up.
That's the point I was going to make. You know, you come in and you test the water. Go straight in for a world title fight.
Some boxing experts have gone even further, comparing this event to entertainment-style fights like Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. While those bouts are meant purely for spectacle, this one has a world title on the line, making it far more important and, in their view, irresponsible. When world title fights are given to aging legends based on name recall rather than current performance, it opens the door to dangerous precedents. Critics fear that sanctioning this fight damages the integrity of professional boxing, which should be based on merit and fairness.
And Mario Barrios to defend his belt against Manny Pacquiao. And about 7 to 8, maybe 9, 10 years ago, I would have said, hells yeah, if we had a Manny Pacquiao championship fight. But Manny's been retired for 4 years. He's 46 years old. His last fight was in 2021, and he lost to Ugas in a unanimous decision. I watched his exhibition bout against the kickboxer guy in Japan. That didn't look good. This is a bad idea. A really bad idea. And again, I think people will look at this and go, well, Jake Paul fought Mike Tyson, and yeah, that happened. And I also said that Mike was going to get really badly hurt, and it was a terrible idea for him to do that. And there were some health issues and everything else. Luckily, Mike didn't get super hurt in the fight, but this is a world championship level fight against a sitting world champion, and Manny does not belong in there. And again, I'm worried that he's going to get hurt badly for the same reasons. What do I mean? The breakdown. Let's go. Let's just start here. Manny Pacquiao, again, I just went over it. 46 years old, been retired 4 years, lost his last fight. He beat Keith Thurman before that, but that was 2019. So it's been a while. And this is not me discounting who I think is one of the greatest boxers ever and has an argument to be the greatest ever, because what did he won world championships in how many different divisions? 8, 9, something crazy like that. There'll never be anybody like Manny Pacquiao. But let's just look at it and throw away your bias or throw away your fandom of Manny Pacquiao, because of course there's going to be a ton of people that watch this, and fair play, right, to those people that want to watch this. They want to see their guy go out and try to give it his all one more time. And Mario Barrios didn't look super spectacular when he was on the Netflix card, the Jake and Mike card, and he got dropped.
Not everyone is totally negative about Pacquiao's return. There's a portion of the fan base and boxing experts who believe that his skill set, ring IQ, and experience might still be enough to hold his own, even if he's not the same explosive fighter he once was. The memory of Pacquiao's last official fight is still fresh for many. He looked less dominant, less reactive, and definitely past his peak. That fight left a lot of fans with mixed thoughts about whether he can really perform at a high level anymore. At its core, this bout has created uncertainty. Is it about legacy pride, a farewell statement? Or is it simply a risky business masked in nostalgia? Whatever the reason, the boxing world remains split, and all eyes are now on how this story will end.
Manny Pacquiao against Mario Barrios fight is signed, done for July of 2025. Pacquiao is 46 years old. We haven't seen him in the ring in years. Are you cool with Pacquiao against Mario Barrios?
If I was cool with Manny Pacquiao coming back and fighting Keith Thurman, I'm definitely going to be cool with this one. Barrios is not a puncher. Thurman was one of the biggest punchers in boxing. I think he's going to be just fine.
If Pacquiao wants to come back as a Hall of Famer and fight one more time, whatever. He didn't look good against Yordenis Ugas, and that was 5 years ago. We've seen him in these exhibitions looking fleshy, to say the least. It's meaningless because if Barrios wins, he's never going to fight a Boots Ennis. If Pacquiao wins, he's not going to fight anybody ever again. So I'm kind of indifferent to the whole thing.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned.